This meeting is being recorded.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Pro No Coders Office Hours, episode 308. I am your host, Cameron. Today, I am here with Tanya Zidinko, Jordan Robertson, and Rob. If this is your first time tuning in, we do this 6 times per week where you can come to our office hours, ask questions, bring your bubble, bugs, features, requests, whatever it may be. We will try our hardest and our best to help you out. Can't always guarantee answers, but we do promise you at least will not suffer alone. With that, let's go ahead and hop into it. There were a couple people here originally. Jordan, I believe you were here first before, I think. Maybe Tanya can give me some help, but I will take whoever.
Jordan, Jordan was here first, and Jordan was here first.
Perfect. Jordan, let's help you out. What are we helping you with today?
Sure. I appreciate that. Can I go second? Actually, I'm still getting things ready before my question, if that's all right.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Rob, we're going to skip over you because your name's not Cameron Jr. today. Zidinko.
Sure. Okay. Should I share my screen then?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
And also before that, Rob, do you actually have a question or are you just sitting in?
Oh, no, I'm just chilling.
Okay, cool. That's what I figured. Sweet.
He's working.
Ah.
He's our slave labor, Cameron.
Yes, free labor.
Accepted.
You're going to regret that one.
All right. Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. Tanya and I were working on populating the truck satellite data type. We've set it up, and that worked fine. However, now when I update the truck table, this is a new truck. I've updated it today at 5:30. It does not show up in the truck satellite list of trucks. And
okay.
If I was to delete the truck from the truck table, it would delete it from the list of trucks. So I find this kind of, I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. And I've tried searching for it, and
So I think I know what's going on, Stinko. Did we ever, I think I suggested to use a back-end workflow called a database trigger, so that every time you create the truck, you would need to go in and edit that satellite data type and add it to that list, or you could create it when you create the truck. You can do it as another step in your workflow. And it would just be making changes to a thing, and the thing you would want to change is the same company's inventory.
All right, I've tried that. So this is where the new truck is created, for example. And to make changes to a thing, I don't have any, I'm not sure how to get to the truck sat table.
So it's make changes to thing, and the thing you want to change is going to be a truck sat.
Before we do,
So
I do just want to make sure that we are aware we're on the delete truck workflow.
All right, sure. So the truck is created here, and to make changes to a thing, we don't have.
It's going to be. It'll be the current users' companies or the parent group's truck companies, either way.
But it's only one company, and this is a list of companies, right? Okay.
No, just one company. Nope. So we don't actually want to make changes to the company. So go back and click where it says company. So click where it says company. No, the very end of the blue expression, click where it says company. So click more. Now click in where it says more.
Oh,
And then you want truck sat. There you go.
Okay, and then, so I need to fill both of these?
Nope, you would just fill trucks out. So just do trucks
And add?
and then add, and then the result is step 1. There you go.
And a truck or,
Nope, just
Or
the result
just-
is step 1.
all right, so nothing else. We don't need to add anything else, all right. And then what about the company? Like, at the beginning, when we create a company now, we would need to create this track satellite field at the beginning, should we not?
So I want to check something. Are
Mhm.
you the one who's creating the trucks, or are the companies themselves creating the trucks?
The companies themselves are creating the trucks.
Okay, because it might be a little safer than current user to say the step 1's company. So go to where it says thing to change, where it says current users, and click there. Yep. And then instead say parent group's truck.
But this is when parent
Or
group
not-
is empty.
Or result to step 1
Yeah.
would work. There you go. And that way we know we're talking about the same company.
Evaluates the trucks. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, that would be fine. Yes. Okay. And then what about the at sign up when they create the company? How do I create that other field as well? I would need to create the field, would I not?
Yeah. So when they sign up, you're going to create both the user, which is what sign up is. You're going to create the company record, and you'll also create the truck sat record.
Yeah, one second. Let me just. Sorry. Okay. So here we create a new company,
Mhm.
make changes to user, all right, that should be fine. And now.
I would actually, the step before you make changes to user, well, you're gonna have to double back anyway. So so right between step 1 and step 2,
Mhm.
go ahead and add a new one and make a new truck sat. Create a new thing. And the company will be the result of step 1.
Okay.
And then you won't have any trucks. So that's all you need to do. Yep. So delete that one. Yep. And then in step 3, when you make changes to the user, you're adding the company to the user.
Right.
And then add one more step. And it's going to make changes to the results of step 1. So thing to change would be the results of step 1. And you're going to add the truck sat to the company. And that's going to be result of step 2.
Right.
There you go.
So that on the company side, that should be okay. So we should always have the companies and that unique ID of this company, right? In the trucks.
Exactly.
Sat field, or I mean, in the company field and in the truck sat field should be, except there's going to be no trucks yet. All right.
Yep.
And right. So that should be it. Actually, that should create and delete the trucks. And should I do anything on the should I do anything on the company's side, or have we already done it? I'm just.
Did you successfully create all of them for? Oh, you still need to deploy this to live and then run that recursive workflow that creates all of the satellites for the existing data. And then
yes,
after
I didn't want to do it because this didn't work yet, so that's why
Got
I
it.
wanted to. Right.
Yeah.
So here
no
we're
worries.
okay. We make changes to it, and that should work. And do we need, when we create the new truck, the result of step one, the company, do we need to update the company, or is this already part of the updating the company field in the truck satellite table? We do have a company field here in the truck satellite table.
Yeah, but you set the company already when you created the truck satellite record. You will never change the company.
So
it will
that should
always
be
be
all
the
right,
same company.
because we've done
Yep.
it in the first step when they signed that up, right?
Precisely.
Just
Yep.
now. So that should work now, right?
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Okay, then let me test that out. That's it for now. And then we'll worry about doing it on the live model now. I'm just going to fool around with this a little bit just to see if it works.
Definitely just test it and make sure it's working
Yeah.
as expected. Yeah.
Right. And we'll do want to test it first. Okay. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Sweet, sweet. All right. Well. Welcome, Alexandria. Jordan, waiting on you. Is everything set up?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. All right, I think I got everything working here. Or I'm ready to show you. Share my screen. Okay, I think you guys can see my screen now, I hope.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm doing like a color swatch selection so people can kind of personalize their buttons and background and stuff like that. What I'm running into, all these colors I've collected as under an option set. And for whatever reason, two of these are acting different. And I'm like really scratching my head trying to figure out why they're different. Orange, red. So if you look up here, this test button, it goes clear. Whereas if you click on the other button, it turns the color it's supposed to. So orange, red doesn't work. And then this default, like my default design choices, I guess, that doesn't work either. But everything else works. And it's the same for both of them, you know? Like, I don't understand what's going on here. And I'll show you what I've got set up here. And tell me if I'm going too fast. Color options, so orange, red. Modify attributes. So I've got my hex code in here for background color. And that is the right color that I'm going for. And it's treated the same way as like my red or my pink. And you know, the workflow is the same. So I don't know, I'm just kind of scratching my head trying to figure out what the heck's going on. This is the default one. It's a shade of blue. But for whatever reason, it's being treated, those two are being treated differently.
Mm-hmm. Okay, a bit interesting. Yeah.
And here's my workflow. So when you click on the button, it makes change the user's primary color.
Gotcha. Okay. Very weird. Go to your front end there where we're testing everything. The test site. Yep. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do a step-by-step here. So on the bottom left where you have step-by-step, go ahead and click that. And let's click one that we know works.
Okay. So I'll click maroon.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Let's run next. And then it changes color. Okay. Easy enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's click. Yeah. Let's click orange red here.
Okay. Yeah. Run.
Yeah, run next, yeah. And it changes. Now click on orange red, that blue text there. Current cell and display. Yeah, okay. Now click run. So it just ends up the normal. And what we're going to do is we're going to inspect. So on the bottom right, you have the inspect tool. And go ahead and click on the button that's disappeared. The test button there.
Oh, the test button. I see.
Yeah. Okay, so background color is orange. If we click on orange red right there, looks like we're given a white box.
Mm-hmm.
And let's click on primary color. Primary color is orange red, so it should be working. Okay. Background color is RGBA. It's not even, that's for if it's hovered. Very curious. Okay.
This is
Click on one that works. And then click on the test button again.
You have to stop the inspect tool.
Okay, and then inspect. So maroon, yeah, that is colored.
So
Yeah, but click on the background color, current user's primary color, and click on primary color. You're pulling from words that Bubble knows and not the hex code. So let's go into yeah, because that's why you're not seeing the hex codes there. So if you go into the test button, go to where that is in the editor. And go into the color, the font color. Yeah, no, you were right. Just add that back in.
Okay.
And so now what we want to do is the current user's primary. So current users, no, but what we want is we want that, so click where it says primary color again, and then click more.
Oh.
And then scroll down. Wait, what is this? I don't understand what I'm looking at.
just to make sure that we're understanding.
Oh, is
the workflow.
is this a custom state that I'm looking at? What is this?
No, so what the way I'm treating it, so it reads the option set, and then once you click one of these groups in the repeating group, then it just stores that as a text value under the data type user.
Can you go to your data type user right now and let's take a look at the primary color?
So
Go to an active app data. Yeah.
So we got maroon for.
Yeah, you want to store the hex codes there instead of the names.
Okay.
And that is probably going to be the solution to it for sure. You may be able to do which would be sort of a convoluted way of doing it, would be doing a search for option set where background color equals, or I guess on the button where the primary color would display.
Okay.
I probably would store everything as a hexadecimal, but the way that I'm thinking is that we could do a search for the option set. So for background color, where it's currently current user's primary color, we get rid of that.
Okay.
No, bring that back. Do the undo button, yeah, but delete the expression.
Sorry, I did too much.
Oh, no worries.
Background color.
Yeah, seeing if this would work. So we'd go ahead and do a get an option and select the colors. Yep. The option would be, I guess we could do all options for now, and then more, where it's red.
Okay.
Oh no.
You would filter and do an advanced filter. This color option, background color, I guess,
is current user's primary color.
But this is setting it, not comparing it.
Well, yeah, but when we select the repeating group item, it automatically sets the primary. So then we filter the option set values to display what the primary, like I said, this is the convoluted way. I probably wouldn't do it this way. I do think that you have the option of doing it. And then on more, you would do first item where it's red.
Item background color.
Yeah, so fingers crossed. But for like accuracy and to ensure that it would work every time, I would store the hex values inside the data type versus what we're doing here.
Okay.
But we'll see if this works.
I did. You might have seen me do this, but I really sneakily I changed this while we were talking. Before I had this as display in my workflow, and then I changed it to background color, and that is the hex code.
Oh,
I change
gotcha.
Should I change it back to display then? Since now we're doing the word.
Yeah, let's try that out.
Okay, it's changed. Well, oh, this is the.
Did we change the font or did it just break entirely?
No, I added that to here. Let me take that out.
But if it's not loading, yeah, it's probably not going to do what we want it to. Okay. Go back to your all color options filtered by.
Sorry, did I go too quick?
Yeah,
So what do you want to do? So go to the workflow again.
Mhm.
Go into that action, make changes to user. Instead of primary color display, you want the text color because that's the hex code, right?
Sorry, this background color is a hex code also.
Okay, so background color, whichever one is the hex code is what you want to store there.
Okay.
And then
that's what
you
we
should
have
be
here.
fine. Then it should work. Yeah. So go test.
You want to change the front end logic, what we have though, back to what it was originally.
Okay.
The current user's primary.
Okay. Current users. Primary color. Okay.
Da-da-da-dum-da-da.
Okay. Moment of truth. Oh, there we go. Brilliant.
Sweet, sweet. So I think, like
So-
Tanya said, the original way that it was working is Bubble was looking at colors that it knew, and we were able to pull that way. But using this hex is going to guarantee that we can, well, get the hex value and always the color.
And you should probably see maybe a slight difference in the colors themselves, because what Bubble is using for the different names might be different than the hex codes you fed it before.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that was the easy fix.
Yeah.
We like easy fixes.
Yeah. All right, I'll turn it over to the next person.
Okie dokie. Alexandria, you hopped in next. What are we helping you with today? Alexandria, are you there?
Maybe she stepped away from her computer.
Oh, sad face. Okay. She'll be back momentarily, I imagine. But while we are waiting, any other questions from Zdinko or Mr. Robertson?
I've got a quick question before she comes out, actually, if you, again, I need to share my screen for you to see it.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, okay.
I'll stop sharing for you.
I wanted to change the this name of the page here. So right now it's a truck share. I wanted to change it to up for share. And when I do, and when I press the preview button, it cannot find the it does not find the newly created page.
Interesting.
So like if I was to change it here, and then the page title that would show up in the preview button,
Yeah.
It would not have, it would not change it. It would say that the it's not the it is not one of our pages. It would go to the reset.
Do you mind showing me? So changing the name and then seeing what happens. So right now it is loading. It looks like truck share.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and go back to your editor. Let's head to another page momentarily. So page whatever, and then let's immediately go back to where we just were.
Mhm. And do the preview as well, or no?
Oh, you don't need to.
No.
No, just go to back for up for share.
Okay.
Now let's preview it. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So maybe even refreshing the editor would have worked, or just
Yeah, I believe so.
yeah.
Because it looks like what didn't happen was it didn't update automatically.
Right.
And so we just sort of told Bubble, hey, update when we left the page and came back. So
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking of refreshing the editor, but then I didn't want to lose all the links if there were any. I wasn't sure. So yeah, this
gotcha.
this is it. All right. Thank you.
Sweet. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
All right, Alexandria, are you there?
I am. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Okay, what are we helping you
Hi.
with today? What can we do for you?
I want to see if we were able to. I'm going to have to just manually do that for the compression of pictures. Is there anything to compress videos? Because I have where they can, sorry, I said it. They can upload videos, but now after thinking that if the pictures were making it super heavy, there needs to be a way where they can compress the videos because they can range really any size. And there's no way to actually also limit the, well, it's here, but other than that, there's no way to limit the size of the video. Is there any compressor tool? I was looking in plugins, but I didn't find anything or any way that I can like store it to where it doesn't make it super heavy.
Good question. So there are
Cloud
definitely-
Converts API for that.
Cloud Convert, you said?
Mm-hmm. Because you can make that call through the API, so it can potentially do it and hopefully webhook it back to you.
Will I, so with that,
But that might not be the best answer. That was just my first thought.
because we were looking yesterday and when we did it with the tiny PNG with Cameron in the backend workflow, it would create through the API a link, but then we weren't sure how long that link would store, and then I could potentially lose everything if I wasn't actively downloading them and re-uploading them.
Right. With Cloud Convert, though, it should create the actual file and then send you back the link so that you can download the file, like essentially store the file yourself.
Okay.
So Tanya, real quick, are you saying that because what we experienced with Tiny PNG was that it looks like it's stored on their CDN and then gave us a link. But with this method, you're saying it would just return us an actual file we'd be able to download and store in the Bubble database?
Right. So that was my idea for it. What we're doing in one of the apps that I manage is we're using Cloud Convert to convert different file types into PDFs that can then be is then stored. We store the PDF instead of the original file.
Do you think
And we're doing
also-
it through Cloud Convert's API.
And would that work as a backend workflow? Because it has an API to also recompress all, well, not recompress, but compress all the ones that are already in the system, you think, Tanya?
Well, yeah, I think I'm not the one who's putting this together, but I think it has to work that way because the user is not going to be expected to stay on the page while that happens.
Okay.
I would be interested in seeing, so looking at Cloud Convert API, I wonder if you can get started with a test.
It's very inexpensive, like their plans or whatever are very inexpensive. So it should be even if you have to upgrade, it should be a pretty inexpensive test.
Cool.
I spent like $10 with them 5 years ago and I still have credits left.
Oh, snap.
And I use them all the time.
Let me see here.
What would that look like to do?
So if you go to cloudconvert.com And what I'll do here is I will share my screen. So you'll click API at the top and it'll give you the option to create an account basically. And so I do want to switch on over to the sandbox mode. Probably because, at least for testing, I might not need to enter in a credit card or anything. So we will, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this or these 4 checkboxes where we can read data, write data, and then view webhooks and create and update webhooks. I'll go ahead and just start with there. And this is a huge access token. Oh my goodness. That was a little big. And then what we're gonna do, I believe they make it pretty simple here. So starting jobs. If I had to guess, this is probably where we're gonna create what we want to have happen, where we'll specify input format and then the output format. And so for us, we're really just trying to compress, sort of trying to like optimize that video to make it just a little better. Optimize files. Hey, check that out. And so it does look like it will be as simple as this. I'm going to go here real quick. Let's go ahead and create a new.
And then question, Tanya. So in the project that you're doing, you're like optimizing like PDFs, because another thing that we want to do is to be able to like download the whole profile that's visible into a PDF. Do you think Cloud Convert would work for that as well?
So what we're doing is we're taking like a Word file or a Google Doc or whatever they submit to us. We're taking it and we're just making everything into PDFs, just because it's safer and it's not editable. That's the way of making sure that the data is the same. If you're trying to make PDFs, there's a brand new PDF plugin that I'm trying to remember who showed it to me last week, but they were really pleased with it. Let me see if I can find it. I'm trying to remember who told me about it. But like PDFs, PDF Conjurer is what I've found to be the most reliable, but it's such a painful thing to set up. So let me see. It's not. I think it's this one.
Actually interesting for that. We will try that. I wonder if we change this to MP4 to convert to an MP4, if that actually is going to work. Okay, we will try this out. And we are looking for the actual job that we're passing and the actual video. Yeah, it could be, let's go to quick start, let's go. Create a job post, jobs request body. actually.
I just remember who told me. I'll go ask him which one it was.
So all I'm doing on my end is I'm setting up the API. What we're going to do here, so I'm setting up a post method to create the job, and this should start sort of the actual conversion of the file. I'm uploading, it looks like I don't have to tell it what I'm uploading, but I also want to output it as a video. Don't want to really output it as a PDF. So we'll go ahead and initialize this, and unauthenticated it is telling me. Well, that's silly. That was my giant API key, so I should. Don't really think I need OAuth, right? Job builder. Ooh, I like the sandbox. This is awesome. This is even better.
It's pretty cool, right?
It is pretty neat. The only thing is the inputs I am trying to export as a, or I'm importing as an MP4, and it's giving me image options. What if I leave it blank? I can try this out. So we'll collapse this and say, oopsie daisy. Oh, well, yeah, we need a valid endpoint. So once we change this endpoint, and so it, what is interesting is this import upload, right? So we want it as a S3. I am not seeing where it is taking the file that we have uploaded inside this code. Import would be import one. We need to put it in our S3 bubble file. I don't know if we have access to the bucket that we use, or at least being able to determine that. I think there's a way to actually see. It doesn't look like. At Forest UF. I don't know if that's the bucket, unfortunately. Dang, dang, dang. Okay, well, we're not doing that one. We'll take the URL. Again, though, what is very weird is I'm not seeing in this code here the video. So this would be the job builder, which is pretty cool. Not gonna lie, for getting started with Cloud Convert. We're gonna have to go back to the quick start guide just to read and see what we can find. Let's see, starting jobs. It says here you can just go ahead and do the job builder. Cool. See here, we have a task. So we're actually, do we have to start a task and then start a job? You can put the creation of a typical job. Cool. Downloads a file from a URL. Yes, it does. It converts this file to a PDF and creates a URL to a converted file. So it would then, so a completed URL would look like this. When you go code over, so we recommend using the corresponding import. Cool. So that's if we're using S3, and we are using S3. So there must be a way to get that to go directly to Bubble. The available options for the convert operation do vary. Yes, they do. Okay. Use Job Builder to generate the payload of your job. It shows all available operations. Yes. And then download outputted files. This is what we'd end up doing. Using the Git. Okay, so really it comes down to using the job builder. As awesome as this is, I don't think this is doing what we want it to, because it's not creating a task and then creating the job. So I think what we need to do is create the task. And it looks like the task, we'd identify the task here based off the ID that we get from a job. Is that what I'm understanding? Because the job payload is here. We get this ID where it's converting. Oh, goodness gracious. Before we go any further, I do want to see, did anybody make this easy for us? Huh. Let's see if Rick Andreas can deliver. Tony, do you guys use the actual plugin, or do you guys use?
No,
Okay.
we're using the API.
Okay, gotcha.
But the one thing that is like, we're just taking little files. So one thing I was thinking of is like, is Bubble going to time out, like trying to send, like maybe it would be better to have Cloud Convert come and get the file or something. I don't know.
That would make sense, and I want it to work. But so the issue here is that in the job builder, so it shows us, where does it show us? For the creating a job request. Perfect. Awesome. This is what we're going to include. The operation is import URL, and then this is the URL that we're importing, right? And then using their actual, oh, did I get rid of it? Oh, I think I got rid of it somewhere. Using their job builder, it doesn't give me that. So if I'm importing, oops, I don't want to do that twice. But if I'm basically using their job builder, it doesn't actually add the URL, which is like, oh, that's not good. Go back to curl. So I guess what we can do is we'll take this here. Actually, we'll just take the body. Optimize. Let's focus on this curl call here. Operation will be upload and then looking at their documentation where it says URL. Plugin.
Alexandria, I'm putting the plugin page link for the PDF plugin.
Okay, on Zoom.
In the chat in Zoom, and it doesn't say anything about it says print elements in HTML, but Ben is using it to print to PDF, and it's working really well.
Okay, awesome. And that just like prints the page, right? That's like shown.
Right, exactly. But you can like oftentimes it's just not quite right. Ben is swearing by this one. What's printed is actually what's on the page, like what he wants to print. And you can print not just like whole pages, you can print specific elements.
Okay. Okay, I'll have maybe on Friday, see if you can help me set that one up. Just because it's like each page, the profile has different like groups that are hidden. So I would want the whole thing printed. Almost like I can select all of the groups to print because they're not all visible at once.
Gotcha.
Man, I'm trying to find out why I'm not being authenticated. It says that I am not authenticated. I guess we can create an OAuth client. And then this redirect link will be here. Okay, cool. I shouldn't really need to do an OAuth client, especially when it's saying that I just need a bubble or an API key. This is a bare authentication, which means that that's all we do need. Because OAuth 2.0 is if we're like trying to do like individual, like if someone would sign in, basically. We don't need to do
Right.
that.
We don't need to do that.
Well, it doesn't like me. Authorization bare, this very long key. There's no spaces at the end. And we're in the sandbox mode, so this should. Boy. Well, we like progress like this. That makes sense. So you need to use the sandbox. The task field is required. Code invalid tasks. The task that we have. Task one. Let's go back to their documentation here. And it says the task field is required. Code invalid data errors. Task. The task field is required. Okay, color me crazy, but I'm pretty sure it's right here. Task. Create a task. We need the ID to create a task. Webhook, does have the webhook. Cool, that's what you were mentioning, Tanya.
Are you knocking on my door?
Task.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Let's change the name of this task and let's put, perhaps let's just do this where we're saying that the task is going to be Hey, this task field is required. I know that. Import my file, convert my file, and export my file. So we want to import my file. Let's just take this entire chunk out of tasks. Task. Why? Why is it doing this to me? Should say us.
Because
Why is
it's
it
an
doing this to me?
API. It has to make you work for it.
Yeah, it's saying figure me out. The documentation isn't amazing, not gonna lie. Basically, we build the job, we create a job request, it returns us an ID, and then we use this ID to process a task, is what I'm understanding. And this task is where we would say, or actually, I think we could create a task with optimization input where we then put this ID. So you're creating a job. I guess we'll go back to job builder. We'll import an uploaded file. We will optimize, and then we will export the URL. Make sure everything that is required is put. And then we will take all of this. Nope. Keep it there. The tasks, okay. The task field is required. Is there? I'm looking for. Looking for documentation, error code. Move. 422. Okay, so why are we getting this? It says so this is invalid data is what it's saying. And we know that. It says the tasks field is required, but we would be insane to overlook this giant task object. So I am under the impression that something else is responsible for this. Let's get off sandbox mode. Let's select everything. Let's run this once. No, no, just bad luck. Example response. So it gives us that version. Let's also do this though. I want to see if I can do cloud convert, go to the plugin page. Go to API call, so process. And then API call puts, and it just puts well, we can try this out. I like the idea of testing this endpoint out. This is the format though. Oh goodness, I'm gonna go insane. We're not passing in any information though, so. Oh, and it doesn't work because we need to go to /v2. If there is still a process endpoint, let's find out. Okay, it's not found, which makes sense because we weren't passing anything in, but that is a better error code. And file, so we would, that is not the endpoint that we were shown. I'm going to be honest. This is going to take me a little bit of time to obviously, as it has taken me a little bit of time to get going. And it's more just spending more time with the documentation.
Okay, no worries.
But the concept is that you're going to use this service or another service to pass in your video, and then take whatever the response is, which is we're trying to optimize it, so we get an optimized video as the response, download it and save it to your database. So is it doable? Yes. Is it going to take some time to get this to work? Yeah, that as well.
And optimized as in compressed, right? Not just like enhanced.
That's correct. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and
correct. Uh-huh.
if this does work after you read more of the documentation, that might work since it's an API in the back end to also compress the other images that I already have in the system. So it might be a one-stop shop for like both issues that I'm facing.
Yeah. In theory, that's absolutely right.
Okay.
Sorry, we're getting closer, definitely. It's just that the documentation and especially the job builder doesn't really do what we want it to do. They have a sandbox and it's not doing exactly what we want. So this is the concept though. Absolutely 100%. Is it doable? Again, absolutely. Yep. And then Tanya, were you able to communicate with the individual that had set this up in particular?
Oh, no, so I can go and see if I can look at it at the request or whatever, but I don't think it'll translate because we were just doing files, not videos. Like just like small files. I think videos might be different.
Gotcha. What I will actually contact them just to see in general what the steps were or the steps are.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, no worries. Because they have a quick start guide, but that doesn't really, it just doesn't do what we want it to do. So I'll send them a message. I'll see exactly what we can do in terms of sending data in and then retrieving it and then saving it to our database for you. And then I'll be on office hours on Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So probably pretty late for you, if not in the middle of the night. But if you are able to join that office hours, I will be able to hopefully then provide you a response, like an actual, like, this is how you do it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Cameron.
Yeah, definitely. Very sorry that I wasn't able to answer it for you today.
No worries. We're halfway there.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, until next time. We're going to go ahead and move into after office hours where we turn off the cameras. And just like you saw us working with my sensitive API information, if you have a client or your own API information, this is when we turn off the cameras and help you one-on-one. You can join us at pronocoders.com by joining up or by signing up for the developer membership. Thank you all for tuning in, and until next week, have a good one.